Hey everybody, welcome back to KittySpeaks. It is Sondra, aka Kitty. I am here today with another edition, and I am just going to do, I don't know if this is technically a story time, but while I sit here, I'm going to try to use some of these Lip Monthly and Ipsy bags to kind of do something about my nail polish collection. I usually put them in the refrigerator during the warmer months, and I take them out during the cooler months. So they're just in these little bags that I store them in the refrigerator with. But I'm gonna try to separate them by color or something while I talk to you guys. So recently, maybe these would be cool. Recently, my husband's name is Oscar. We call him OC because his middle initial is C. At his place of employment, I'm not sure if I should name names because this is about an ongoing legal case, and I don't know if that's legal, even though we have nothing to do with it. I don't want to be like, putting names and stuff out there if I'm not supposed to. But I still want to tell you the story because it's really, really interesting. So one day he comes home from work, and he says, I asked him how his day was every day, and usually he's like, oh, it was okay. He says the same thing every day. But this day he's all excited to tell me that the big boss, like the main guy at his job, had been arrested and fired on the exact same day. He's like, they had security outside of his office so he couldn't get in. So let me tell you what this man did. And this is like, it was in the newspaper and everything. So it was in the newspaper when it happened. What's today? Today's Tuesday. It happened like, say, Wednesday of last week, and then Friday it was in the paper again on page 3, so it's still like big news. What this guy did is he had a mistress, a chick on the side, that he had been sleeping with for like 7 years or so, and she had his child. He was married, obviously. Also, he got her a job at his place of employment, the place where he was like the big boss. He was not there in the office every day, but he had an office there, and this chick worked there, and they told everybody at the company that she was his niece. Okay. Well, one day her sister comes up to the job, and she's looking for her, and she asks for her, and they're like, and so everybody's like, oh, so-and-so's niece, and she's like, what? That ain't his niece. She got his baby at the job. And so I told OC, like, that was really, really foul, and he was like, well, that's her sister, she can say what she want to say. And I'm like, if they went to the trouble of telling people that she was his niece, apparently they didn't want anybody to know, and she could possibly lose her job, like, so I was like, that was foul. Like, why did her sister do that? So the story goes deeper even. Apparently the mistress and her baby were living in his home with him and his wife and their kids. That's exactly what I said. So they're all living in the house together. Just messy. Okay, so the part of the story that gets interesting, why he lost his job, because I was like, how could they just fire him without, like, aren't people innocent until proven guilty? Like, shouldn't it go through a court of law first? Like, I mean, shouldn't he have to, like, be charged and convicted of a crime? Apparently, it was like the police had been called to the house for battery. So I was like, that could be her word against his. She could have been upset and lied and called the police, because they had an argument. And where I'm from, if a woman calls the police on a guy and, the police get there and she's crying, he hit me, they're going to take that guy to jail. Okay, before they figure out anything, what's going on, who's guilty, it's straight, go straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $250. Okay. But they took him to jail, And here's why he got fired, because it all ended up coming out that this was his mistress. She's there in the home with him, his wife. It was like all in the paper the next day. But this is what happened. Apparently he was battering the mistress. The wife got scared and tried to call the police, but she got scared and hung up. Then she called the police again. During the time before she called the police the second time, she hung up because I guess he caught her or whatever. Stopped battering the mistress to now take the wife into the back of the house and start battering her. Like, first he was like choking on the mistress, bit her on the nose, like just was like in a mad dog rampage, bit her on the nose. The wife tries to break it up. He takes the wife into the back of the house and he's like, you need to apologize to me. She refuses to apologize. I'm trying to find like bags that are big enough for each color category. Get my Chicago Bulls bag. She refuses to apologize, so then he starts beating up the wife too. So the wife ends up calling the police, and I don't have enough to go in this big old bag. The wife ends up calling the police, and yeah, so he battered both of them, bit somebody on the nose. This apparently was not the first time that it happened, but the story digs deeper. Because he is a Lake County, I live in Lake County, Indiana. He is the Lake County congressman or represent, like, he is a big politician as well. So he's been suspended from his duties in politics or whatever. On top of that, the mistress is now 22, and he has been having sexual relations with her since she was 16 years old. So now we have statutory rape also. I don't know if at this point, it hasn't been in the paper at this point that he's been in a relationship with this girl for like 7 years and has been having sex with her since that time. That part hasn't been in the paper yet. All they know at this point is that he battered her, battered his wife, was choking both of them, and it all, like, they're all living in the same house. That is all in the newspaper. What is not in the newspaper at this point is that he's been raping her, because he is in his 40s. So she's not, it wasn't like they've been having sexual relations since she was 16 and he was 18 or 19. He was twice her age at the time that he started having sex with her. He was like 35 or something, and she was 15, 16 years old. He's been having sex with her that long. So I don't know if his wife has known about, but because I was like, as a black woman, there is no way that OC is about to move his side piece up in here with the two of us, and that's about to be going on. So when he told me that, I was like, he's probably been beating her. So yeah, he's been beating the wife too, and I was just like, he must think that he's like power drunk. Because, like, everybody at the job is now happy that he's gone. Apparently, he was an awful person. He was an awful boss. He was, like, mean to everybody. He was rude to everybody. And somebody, like, made a joke that let's take a collection for his bail. And people were putting paper clips in there and pennies and trash off the floor. I mean, he's just, everybody is happy that he's gone. They posted a security guard outside of his office so that he could not come back on the premises. They're like, he's not allowed on the premises. They locked up all the property that night. But apparently he did not get out of jail. I think that the judge said no bail. Yeah. It's like something that you would not expect to happen in real life or in your life, and yeah, that is what is going on. So it's like it's like super crazy. Like, I don't even understand. Oh, you're right, I can put pink in the pink one. Like, I don't even understand why he would think that he could get away with that. But, you know, this dude has like been beating up on these women, moved his mistress into the house with he and his wife, like he was just gonna do whatever he wants to do, and I'm in charge, and nobody better not say anything to me about it. So yeah, I thought that would be a fun story to share with you guys, and so that is all that I have for you for today. Until next time, you know the drill. Love, peace, and hair grease. Ciao.